We have a special guest today, a good friend of mine, been a friend for a while, Stevo. Oh, so good to have you, man. So good to have you, dude.
It's good to be here, bro.
Dude, God, so what's new? What's going on lately?
Let's see. Honestly, not that much, dude. So I wrap cars now.
Okay.
I had a job doing like interior design a while ago. Economy and all that kind of stuff. It takes a turn every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
Life happens.
Oh yeah. The plan changes. The plan always changes.
Yeah, exactly. But so I wrap cars right now. Just riding scooters as much as possible. Just kind of trying to progress. Got plans this year, trying to go to Worlds and all that. So.
Oh yeah. I know your run didn't go as well as you wanted it to last year, but you you're gonna get it back in blood, definitely.
It is what it is. Yeah, I was so Worlds in Havasu, 2022. So I've been riding. Backstory, real quick for everybody who doesn't know.
Let's hear it.
I've been riding scooters for coming up on 10 years now, I believe.
Okay.
And so I've like progressed my way up, of course, like over those couple of years, and I went to World Championships for the first time last year, and dude, so the way like a run, the format works is kind of like you have 1 minute in a park, whatever park, like the International Scootery Association decides. You get a minute to just do a very clean run, keep as much speed, do as big of tricks as possible, and just kind of like jam for the whole minute. And mine didn't go as well as I wish it would have. So,
I heard you would have had the best run though. You would have had one of the best runs. If you did, what did you mess up on? Like, what was a? So
in scootering, there's like you can do flips and all that, of course. One of them is called a flare. Flare is like you do a backflip with a 180, and like so say you're going up like a quarter pipe.
Yeah.
A flare is you go up the pipe.
Okay.
Do a backflip 180 and you land going back down, so you keep the momentum that you had going up.
Yeah.
But so I was doing a double flare, so it's like 2 flips, landing back in the quarter. Just kind of screwed it, but yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Live and you learn, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Had a lot of effort going into that, but just how the cards
happens. Happens, man. Happens. But I'm stoked you're gonna go get it back this year too. That's big.
It's in Australia, so I'm going to Florida in 2 weeks. They have like a qualifier out there, and I think I can get the golden ticket because like if it's top 10, go to Worlds in that comp. But I think I could probably take on the gold.
Yeah.
I think so.
How'd you do last year's qualifying?
Last year's qualifying, I believe it was 6th in America.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a good time. That was in, Tempe, Arizona, or something like that.
Okay.
Some weird ass place, but yeah. So that's kind of like, that's like the scootering aspect of my life. It's like where I stand right now, what's been happening the past couple months, whatever. But I want to hear like, so enough about me for right now.
Yeah. Business-wise,
I know you've gotten like your fair share of experience lately.
Yeah, well, last year around February, me and my friend, my good friend of mine, Donald, we decided to start a junk removal business. It hit off. It hit off that first 6 months, and then, the business starts, man. The flow, the ups and downs. You definitely you learn a lot. Like you learn a lot mentally of how much you can really take, like how much. Okay, like we go through it all the time. Like it's like weird to say, but we go through that. Like, okay, should we get a job? Okay, should we get a job? But like something happens. Like we make something happen. We're like, no, fuck that. Remember why we started it. So we always kind of remind ourselves why we started this in the first place.
That's kind of like your fallback. Like if it's like all goes wrong, you kind of have like those spots. Like
I never really believed in a fallback.
Yeah.
More of like a fall forward into what you were already doing.
Yeah.
Because if you fall back, then you're just taking fucking multiple steps back, and you're just slowing yourself down. So, we really just try to find gaps. We just try to network all the time. The flow happens all the time. Like the other day, we haven't had jobs in a while, so I got on the phone and just called every single apartment complex, every single contractor around here, every single construction site around here. And I was just networking, and it worked out. Like it really did. We just brought in another source, we got a job with this big. It was disgusting. We got a job with this big apartment complex called the Arbors. You know what that is?
Yeah.
And this guy is getting evicted, and his favorite thing to do was wipe his ass and throw the toilet paper on the floor. So yeah, when you walked in there, I swear to God, yeah, it was gross. It was gross. So when you walk in, literally mountains of just trash.
You saw it?
Oh yeah, no, we walked. I had to give a quote, so we had to go. Yeah, no, we had to go in, and it was bad. It was bad.
Fucking shit.
We brought Christian, and he was just like, "We're off that. We're off that." Like it was funny. It was funny, but
yeah. For those of you who don't know, like Jack and I are actually like really good friends.
Oh, no,
so
yeah.
this is like.
Should we tell him? Should we tell him how this started? Is that allowed?
No names, but yeah.
No names. Okay, but me and Stevo, we were both in relationships, and his ex got cool with my ex, and I came to my ex's house one night, and I just got off work, and I see this 370Z sitting outside the house, and I'm like, oh my God, who is this? Who's this guy? Like, I just think like daddy's money and stuff. No fit, that's what you're thinking.
Yeah. I got that.
And I walk in and I'm like, oh. But turns out I've known of Stevo for a very long time because of this place called Cal Oak Sports Park, which some of you may know. I used to skateboard, and skateboarders and scooters fucking, they've been beefing since the day one. So we always used to clown on Stevo, but fuck, look who really made it out of the fucking,
the whole scene.
Yeah, the scene. So, yeah, but we saw him at my ex's house, and we just few
Dude,
conversation.
honestly, it was like one of those. Okay, like me personally, I'm kind of a shy. I wouldn't say awkward, but I definitely have like a little anxiety complex when it comes to like meeting new people. So there's kind of that. Like when I meet a new person, I definitely have like a little, I guess a certain way I would approach them, or I'm sure you probably know.
Seen it firsthand? Definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But with Jack, it was honestly different, bro. Like it was. I mean, because we sat down at
around
table.
it was kind of like this.
It was kind of like this.
It was literally
like, It was almost like a booth. She had a booth in her kitchen.
Yeah. Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fucking sat down, and this dude was talking about like jet skis or like trucks or some like, I want to say desert or river vehicle. And
dirt bikes. I think
probably
dirt bikes. Yeah.
Or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. Actually.
Yeah.
And
your go-kart. I remember we brought
your
go-kart and everything. Yeah.
Dude, I always bring that up when I can. Bro. I fucking love that thing. But yeah. So we were just talking about like dirt bikes, I guess. Or you were talking about it with somebody else. Who else was there?
Brian.
Oh my God.
Oh, I meant bleep that, but yeah, we're not gonna disclose names, but yeah.
Holy shit. Dude,
Yeah.
that was a fucking.
I know.
That was a situation.
I know.
But anyway, so pretty much I was sitting there, I was like, dude, like the charisma that this guy gives off, like it's just genuine. And I feel like when there's like a genuine ass like person, you kind of know like, all right, they don't really have anything to be like, I mean, they don't have much to be like disappointed in themselves with. They're usually pretty confident and for good reason. If it's like a really charismatic person like that. And I was just like, I don't know, it was really comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever told you this either.
No, yeah.
But yeah, this is just like really easy for me to like. I just like the way you were talking about Brian.
No, you're not. Oh yeah.
The way you were talking to.
Should we make it up with name? Oh yeah. Just say it. Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Brian.
Yeah, wherever you are, bro. That guy bro.
Hey, he did.
That guy did. No, he disappeared.
Yeah, he did.
Bro, that was crazy. Like. But yeah, no. I mean, when I first met you, I was like, oh, like talking to you.
Are we able to talk about that, or is that kind of fucked up, dude?
What do you mean?
The whole situation, bro.
No, I mean, it's not really.
It's not that big of a deal.
I mean, no, it is a big deal, but like, it's not like.
Oh yeah, the situation is.
No, yeah, that's the
but
reason
like,
of is a big deal, but yeah, we can disclose the name, I guess, because it's not really. There's no at or anything. It's just a Brian.
Yeah, there was this dude named Brian, and he was just like.
Different.
Basically, he moved to California. He was like hanging out with us, and he just did some like.
Scandalous things.
Some scandalous things. And we were just like, I just remember like I was cool with him. You were cool with him.
Oh, yeah, he was a cool guy. I mean, like in the moment, he was a cool guy.
He was cool.
He was a cool guy.
He was cool, but he did some shit. It was just like.
Then we found out the reason why he moved to California, and it was just like, oh, all right. So yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But when I met you, bro, I looked up to you so much. I mean, not that I still don't. I always look up to you, but I looked up to you.
What reasons did you have for looking up to me at that point?
I think what it was just that the way you always took negative things. You always handled things. Like no matter what it was, with that when we would talk about girl problems, you would always be like, all right, bro, well, what are we gonna do then? but you would be like, all right, but do we still like them? Do we still love them? Like, so I mean, you always try to find like the positive in the things. I feel like,
okay.
And I don't know. I don't know. You always had good advice for me, and it was so easy to come to you when I had a problem or something, and you gave a fuck. Like you really did. Like I mean, it took maybe like the third, fourth time of us actually getting to hang out.
Yeah.
When we got to know each other more,
yeah.
And then you brought me around your friends. And then that's kind of when it all took off. I met Jess, I met all of them, and then
yeah, dude.
So I mean, it was cool. Like I said, I mean, I texted Stevo this a couple nights ago. Like he was the start of like all like the way my mind was thinking. Like I was thinking so simple. Like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna work.
I actually want to elaborate on this for myself.
Okay.
Just because like you've told me this. What I remember twice now.
Mm-hmm.
You told me in person right here actually, and then you told me on text the other day.
Yeah.
So, what exactly did you say, and what do you mean by it? Like how did it apply to you?
All right. Well.
So what exactly did you say first?
Like, I'll tell you how I felt first.
Okay.
I felt like this guy that was like living in a dumpster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like nowhere, like lost as shit.
Yeah.
And I felt like you open the dumpster and you're like, you know what? You're not too bad, you know? And you reached down and you kind of pulled me up.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think you were a main part of like why I am where I am, because of, you know, the people you brought me around, the mindset you had. I've definitely grabbed some of that. Like definitely. Like I mean, just your charisma. Like you're just so like, let's get it happen. Like no, like let's do this now. Like You're always like that. Like whenever you have an idea, you literally either take action in the next 5 seconds. Like so that's a really, and I don't know. You were just like you said, very genuine. Like you were. Like you gave a fuck.
Thanks, bro.
Like yeah, no, seriously, bro. Like you really opened my mind. Shit. Like I was just like, fuck, dude. I've been doing it all wrong this whole time. Like so now I got 2 businesses going on. I'm not scared to be in front of a camera anymore. And it's just, you just opened my mind, man. Like, you just definitely showed me that there's more.
I'm glad, dude. Like, I'm honestly just like, all bullshit aside, bro. Like, I'm proud of you, bro.
I appreciate it.
I'm just like I'm proud of like.
I appreciate that.
I'm proud of the person you become.
Thank you.
Like how much you've grown.
Thank you, bro. That means a lot. No, seriously, because I mean, people notice it, but you know, you were there. Like, you've seen it from the actual. You see me at my 240 pounds. Fucking drinking every night, smoking weed, and you just, you know, so you've definitely seen the fucking evolution in my life. So I mean, that's you were there from the start. From my, like, when I think my actual journey began, you were there. So I mean, I've always been on a mission, but I guess I was just really lost then. But you showed, bro. You did. You, and I feel like a lot of your friends can say that about you. A lot of your friends can say that, you know, you showed them a way. Like, I mean, fuck, dude, look how many people look up. When you go to that skate park, everyone knows, like, everyone, I don't think not a kid, like a random kid, I don't even, like, they could probably come up to you and be like, yo, bro, like, you'll give them some advice, like, right then and there, like, because that's just how you are, like, you listen. You are a very good listener. And you don't tend to make things just about yourself. You tend to talk about a situation that you went through and then improvise on that same person's life.
You know, that's one thing I kind of get self-conscious about every once in a while. I was like, when somebody's going through something, and I try to give my, when I try to give like my 2 cents,
mm-hmm.
and I say like, oh, like I've been there before. Every time I do that, bro, I feel like I'm being like almost selfish in the sense that I'm like taking the spotlight, but that's like not how I'm trying to like portray.
Yeah. No,
I'm like trying to like.
Well, I mean,
I'm trying to relate.
Because some people, and that's good, because some people probably feel like, like, oh, I'm the only one that's got, like, oh, I'm the only, like, feeling real sorry for themselves when there's someone right around the corner that's just went through that.
Yeah. I mean, the goal is always like set a common ground.
Yeah.
Like when somebody's got an issue, and you've experienced this with me before too. When somebody has like an issue, and I try to help them, that's like the first thing I like set common ground. Like, oh, I've been there before.
Yeah.
Not to say like.
No, yeah, you say, hey, this is what I did.
Yeah,
exactly.
Not to say like, hey, I've been there before, and like, it's not that bad.
No, yeah.
That's not. It's more like, here's what I learned from having a similar experience.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah,
But I also wanted to ask, from an outsider's perspective, because I don't really have a good gauge on this.
Okay.
Who am I in the community?
Definitely an influencer.
Really?
Definitely like someone that, definitely you're gonna make a name for yourself. Like,
Think so?
I know so. Okay, because you taught me how to get started on doing that, so I know that's where I'm heading. So I know you're right around the corner from it. But I think, honestly, I do think you get in your own head, like, a lot.
I do.
I know you do, yeah, I know. And I think you forget how much you actually impact, like, people, things. Like, you do, dude. You, like I said, like, you could probably text any of your friends, and you've helped it, a lot of people. Like, look where Jess is. I mean, not, like, entirely, you had to put in all that work.
Yeah.
But you got the kickstart. You got the jump. You literally, all right, come on. Like, you do it with all your friends, and you see the good in people, and I love that.
I've always wanted to say this in front of a camera, and I'm glad we're on this topic, bro. Because I have this in my notes. Okay, I'm gonna get really deep. I don't give a fuck.
Say it, dude.
In my notes on my phone, I have letters to all of my family members, just in case, like, I passed before them. I mean, it's like really deep ass messages, but I have like at the top, it's got like a little message to like pretty much everybody. After I'm gone, just like everybody. And it says in it, this isn't like the whole little paragraph, but in it says, I want to be. It's pretty good.
It's deep. Yeah. It's getting deep, guys. It's getting real. I needed this. This is. Even off the camera, like even we do this shit, and I feel like the camera kind of makes you.
Like I feel like I just try to talk like this as much as possible. Okay. I try to talk about deep shit as much as possible because I feel like those are the moments where it's like, that's what you're gonna remember. You're gonna remember like very deep engraved like conversations and just meaningful shit like that.
Definitely, dude.
Let's see. To preface this, I feel like happiness comes from love and relationships. Just so you guys know. That's kind of where I find my happiness.
Love is the key, man.
The goal for my legacy comes down to one thing. I want to be remembered as a beautiful experience. Like, I don't like to put a note on that real quick. I don't want to be remembered as like some crazy shit I did, or like
that one moment.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be remembered as a beautiful experience in somebody's life, because that's what adds happiness to somebody's life. Is like I said, relationships add happiness. Like, you add happiness to my life. You are a beautiful experience to me.
Thank you.
Like, in my human experience down here on Earth, you are a beautiful experience. You add to my experience, and you make me happy. Same with Donald behind the camera. Like, you guys make me happier. My family, same thing. So that's why I say I want to be remembered as a beautiful experience, because I want to add more happiness to other people's lives. You know what I mean? And then, so the sentence goes, I'm going to read that one again. I want to be remembered as a beautiful experience. A beautiful opening of an eye to a beautiful closing of an eye. So like birth to death.
Yep.
I just want my whole, I want my human experience to be just added to everybody who's around me.
and you definitely like. Donald could even say that you've impacted everyone's life. Like you do, dude. You do a lot, and I think you discredit yourself for it most of the time too. Because I mean, everyone does though. When you get down to it, I mean, everyone's got their own life going on. And, you think in that moment, like, what am I like? You got to look back too. You got to remember,
Yeah.
Always remember where you started and what you started for. So I mean,
it's hard to reflect too.
Oh yeah, it is.
I don't know where I'm at right now. But yeah, I feel like my big thing right now is like yeah, I work at a rap shop. Like it's cool.
It's learning. You're learning.
But
at least you're learning something.
Yeah.
At least you're not just sitting in the bullshit ass job. Like, it's not bullshit. It's something. At least you're around something you like.
Yeah.
You love cars.
Yeah.
You fucking love cars, and I bet you get to drive them in and out of the shop.
Yeah.
So I mean, you get to see what you want when you go get it. So I mean, you can see how it is and everything, and see what color. Hey, you don't gotta pay for a fucking rap job because you know how to rap. So I mean, that's one thing. Hey, you just added another skill to your fucking tier.
That's true.
So I mean, hey,
my big thing right now though is how much time I spend there. You know.
Oh yeah.
I get off like later in the day. I
Yeah.
go in like not early in the morning, but like in the morning still.
Yeah.
And so I just like think while I'm in there. I'm like, bro, what could I be doing with this time right now? Because it's weekdays.
Oh yeah.
It's like my whole week.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much. It's not like weekends or.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No.
I'm just sitting there. I'm thinking, like, dude, what the fuck could I be doing with my time? Like, because I know I could be. That's where I'm at. I know I can do more.
I tell you that every day. I mean, that's what kind of me and Donald are thinking too. Like he's not settling for that, right? Like we know you're not. I know you're not, but you just have another skill. That's all it is. And you know what? I mean, you gotta just do what you want to do. I mean, I know you want to start a rap business, so maybe once you get enough money to side, I know you probably already do, but once you get yourself aside, enough time, start pushing into more things. And you're killing it with your YouTube. That shit's funny as hell.
You think so?
I know so. Because I'm gonna be in it. So I mean,
my worry with my YouTube is like, I put out a video today on my Instagram. Fucking.
Did it blow up?
No.
No.
No. Look, bro, I got like fucking. Here's my thing. I'm stressing a little bit because. I'm not stressing, but less than 5,000 views on that video.
Well, you got to think about all the stuff you're posting.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of fucked your own. So they're like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But it's okay. I mean, I guarantee you post 3 more, you're gonna catch on. I know so, Stevo. I know so. I know. Like, bro, if you want it enough, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's just, again, it goes back on you.
I've been kind of just like, last couple of weeks, bro, I've just been kind of like I low-key stopped giving a fuck about what people think, bro.
Yeah, that was
a hard one for me.
Oh yeah, me too, bro.
I mean, I still have like
moments. Everyone does. You fall off the wagon, you just get back up. I mean, you can't, bro. Life is too fucking short. Like you said, you literally have notes for when you die. So I mean, if you say that tomorrow, you're gonna really who's really gonna give a fuck besides the people that you've impacted? Other than that, I mean, the hard reality is that who's that's why you can't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I walk up to anyone. The way I network, I literally bro, I just walk up and yo, I'm expecting a no. That's how much now, I don't even care about the yes. I have been shut down so many times and doors slammed. And bro, you were a canvasser.
Oh yeah.
You literally were a canvasser. You know what rejection feels like.
For those of you who don't know what a canvasser is, it's fucking door to door.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally fucking door to door. And yeah, so I was doing that for that interior design company, but before I moved up.
Yep. But yeah, dude, going through a door, that's you know what it is firsthand to get the door slammed on your face. No, fuck off. Yeah. No solicitation. No. So I mean, if those people don't give a fuck, slam your fucking door. Slam that door. That's all you. That's what I did. I mean, I went through that so much, bro, because I think of my insecurities of my own self doing that. I fucked my own self up. And you kind of just got to be honest with yourself. Listen, you are where you are because of what you did. That sets That's all it is. Like you are where you are because of what you didn't do. So I mean,
But
yeah, it gets deep, dude. So, but yeah, dude, the first step I feel like honestly, into really doing something that you say you want to do, is being honest with yourself. Like, am I really the person that everyone thinks? And that was the first thing I took. No, I'm not. Even no matter what they think of me, I'm not that. You are whatever the fuck. You're the product of what you are.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just, I don't know, bro. I stopped giving a fuck because I realized no one gave a fuck. No one gives a
That's true.
fuck.
That's true.